Hello everyone, thank you so much for watching my video. Again, this is Jenny, your IELTS tutor. In this video, I'll be sharing the sample answers that I have made for IELTS Speaking, Part 1 topics, decoration, and reading. I've actually prepared 2 sample answers for each question, and I hope that they will be useful in your IELTS preparation, okay? So this is only Part 1. You have to prepare at least 2 sentences only, 2 to 3 sentences. Never ever give 1 sentence only because you will definitely get a low score. Remember, the longer your answers are, the better, the higher your scores that you will get, okay? So let us begin. This topic is actually requested by one of my viewers. His or her name is KSL Barot. So she is requesting that I will make a video on reading, writing, home accommodation, hometown. But in this video, I'll just be doing topics for sample answers for decoration and reading. Okay, so please bear with me. Let us begin. Right, so the first question, decoration. What's the decoration like in your home? Well, my house has a minimalist design, simply because my furniture is very simple. I don't like having a very colorful house. In fact, the painting on my wall and ceiling is so simple and clean. I just hung a family picture and that's it. So this is part 1. As I've said, 2 to 3 answers, okay, or sentences. Now let's move on to the next question. Well, the decoration in my house is very simple because I'm trying to live a minimalist lifestyle. I don't like having colorful furniture. Instead, I go for a clean and neat house. I just hang a picture on my wall and that's it. If you notice, it's almost the same. I just change, the wordings or the sentence structure, okay? So most people nowadays are minimalists. Right? So you can definitely have this idea, okay? Now let's move on to the next question. What kind of decoration do you prefer? Well, just like what I've mentioned a while ago, I'm more inclined to have a more comfortable and simple design. Most of the time, I prefer wood design because it makes the ambience of my home more cozy and relaxing. Now, in case you are trying to repeat what you've already mentioned, you can use this useful expression. Okay? This will give you a good score. Instead of saying I prefer, try to paraphrase it. You can say I am more inclined to. Okay? So, yeah, this is a good word as well. Ambience. Ambience means the atmosphere of the place. Okay? So you can use this in a positive or in a negative way. For instance, I quit working in the hospital because I hated the ambience there. So it's so stressful. I love the ambience in that cafe. It's so relaxing. So ambience, you can use it in a positive or in a negative way, okay? Cozy, which just simply means relaxing. So let us use topic-related words, okay? Now, the next sample answer, actually, I always go for fancy and elegant designs. I love traveling abroad and I stayed in many hotels before. Because of that, I renovated my house so that it will look like a hotel. Right? So there are some people who have fancy and elegant design house, right? So if you're this kind, you can use this idea. Now let's move on to the next question. Do Korean people like redecorating their homes? So, by the way, my students are Koreans. That's why the subject here is Korean, okay? So, but if you're taking the exam in your country, of course, the examiners will change this. So let's begin. Do people in your country like redecorating their homes? Well, I think it varies from person to person. Some Koreans enjoy redecorating their homes mainly because they want to beautify their house. They usually follow some designs they see online. However, there are some Koreans who would rather keep the old designs of their homes. So here, 4 sentences. So this is a good expression. It varies from person to person. And then I've given 2 ideas. Yes, some Koreans like redecorating their homes, but there are some who prefer to keep the old designs in their house. So try to use connectives, okay? Now, the next sample answer, yeah, I guess so. I think that most Koreans enjoy redecorating their homes, especially these days that there's a pandemic and most people stay indoors. To have a new environment, they change the paintings of their walls or they put some wallpapers. Okay? And this is true, right? Most of us are stuck indoors. Sometimes we get bored, so we think of redecorating or renovating our house. Now, let's continue. What's your favorite color when decorating your home? Well, most of the time I choose light green or beige when I'm decorating my house, and it's simply because those colors make my house warmer and more appealing. Also, those colors go well with my wooden furniture. So, in this sample answer, you can definitely change the colors here. In my case, the color of my house is white. Okay, now let's move on to the next topic, which is reading. So I've prepared two sample answers here. Let's begin. Do some shadowing. Do you like reading? Yeah, definitely. I love reading. I can say that I'm a bookworm, and I think books, especially sci-fi or mystery books, are really entertaining. You can use this expression, I'm a bookworm, in case you like reading. But if you don't like reading, you can use this idea. Honestly speaking, I'm not fond of reading. And it's mainly because I prefer doing other activities such as watching a movie or surfing online. I think reading is boring. Okay? So try to give two sentences. Okay? So if you, instead of saying I don't like reading, you can say I'm not fond of reading. Alright? Because I have other students who don't like reading. So I made this sample answer for them and for you as well, who are not bookworms. Now, let's move on to the next question. Do you like to read at home or in other places? Well, most of the time, I prefer reading at home, simply because it's more comfortable. If I read in other places, it can be noisy and I won't be able to focus on what I'm reading. Okay, so this is enough. Not too long, not too short. Next, actually, I would rather read outside, like in the library, because our house is too small. I can't focus well since my siblings are always playing. Okay, so if you like to read at home, you can use this. If you like to read in other places, you can use this. Now, next one. In what place do you think it's difficult to read? I only came up with one idea here. Actually, two ideas. I think it's hard to read in noisy or crowded places, and it's mainly because it can distract me. Also, it's difficult to read in a moving vehicle, such as a bus, because I'd feel dizzy. So, two ideas. Okay, and this is true. It's really difficult to read in noisy and crowded places. Now, instead of saying because, I recommend you try to say, and it is mainly because. Somehow, it can make your sentence longer, right? Next one. Do you like to read by yourself or with other people? Well, sometimes I prefer reading alone because I can really concentrate on the book. However, I'm also fine on reading with others because I can get more ideas or opinions from them. So, this one, yeah, you've discussed reading about by yourself and with other people. Next, I usually read alone because I tend to get distracted if I read with my friends. We always talk about other things, and instead of reading, I just chat with them. This would be me. Okay, so I always get distracted with my, if I'm reading with my friends. Anyway, so I guess that would be all. Thank you so much. If you have other suggestions or comments, please feel free to comment below. Thank you so much. Bye.